I've already told you my example, or Nikki has an example. Nikki, go on.
So if I'm at the shops and it's like a particularly loud day at the shops, I don't realize this. My husband will be like, "You're clearly overwhelmed." I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's like, I have to repeat everything I say because you're always saying what. I'm like, oh. So I don't realize that my, being out, being in a loud shops, being overwhelmed, I just lose the ability to hear. And I think
Yeah,
that's really interesting because I don't know what's
you're,
happening, but he knows.
and I think that's very important because you feel that your prefrontal cortex, which is a logical part of the brain,
Mm,
trying to process so many information.
yeah.
Some of them are visual, that is the cost of things, and some of them
Right.
are verbal. So lots of noises, sounds, noises, whatever that
Mm,
may be. Sensing, like you're feeling cold, warm, like so it's trying to process all of that information, and then
yeah.
you have your husband saying something,
Yeah. Just
and,
yap,
and
yap, yap, yap,
yeah,
yapping
and you're
about
like,
something.
what? But what is critical here is like when he reminds you, you go, oh, I didn't even know I was doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
So how many moments in a day that you and I spend that we don't know what we're doing?
Mm, all the
Or
time.
we know what we are doing, but we're not aware of what's actually happening. Like, what are
Mm,
we sensing? What are we thinking? What are we feeling? And therefore, how are we acting? How many emotions?
mm,
Like, how many emotions? It's a new thing. uh, how many emotions you reckon that you and I might be doing it? And therefore, many a times we might be acting, but that's why I say we might be reacting instead
yeah.
of because acting would mean that you're conscious and you're choosing it. But how can you be
Yeah.
choosing something that you're not aware of? How does that transpire with children? Like, what happens there? We are there for them to say, "Hey, did you see that you did this?" or something like that. Like your husband is telling you, you
They
go,
didn't know they did that.
and therefore, sometimes when you ask children, like, "Why did you do it?" and they go, "Duh," like, "Why didn't I do it? I don't even remember I did it."
Do what?
Do what? Like, do you want me to do it again? Is that what you're asking me? So uh, talking about emotions is a really cool conversation to be involved in, and therefore I invite people to perhaps be indulge themselves in this conversation, even outside of work, or and when you're talking to your colleagues, not always children-related activities, sorry, actions, but maybe something that you have experienced in your own day or life, just like you did in the last 5 minutes. Do more of that.